Broody chickens, also known as hens that want to hatch out eggs, but 95% of the time don't do it. So this first part will be dedicated to people who don't want broody chickens, or most people out there that want their flock based on egg production. Nesting boxes. So, like, imagine you just walk out to your coop one day. Like, imagine, like, I don't know, like, it's like, let's just say 50 degrees out. I don't know. So you're just walking out to your coop, you know. You let out the chickens, and one doesn't come out of the box. You're like, okay, it's normal. And she, like, pecks you, and yeah, that's not normal. Sure, that might happen a few times, but what is this? This is broodiness. When a chicken wants to hatch eggs, it takes 21 days for a chicken egg to hatch. That means she's around them for around 21 days. And she can even talk to the eggs before they're even hatched. So that basically means that chicken, you know, she's like sitting on a whole bunch of eggs. Usually it's a clutch, usually like 7 to 10 eggs. Sometimes more though. So you find your chicken under like 7 or 8 eggs. Usually a clutch, 7 or 9 eggs. So you find like the chicken, she's sitting on like that many eggs. Let's just say 9. So find your chicken, and yeah, you realize she's talking weirdly, even when you're not trying to throw her out of the box. She is probably trying to communicate with the chickens, but this usually doesn't happen till the middle stages of the hatching process. So yeah, hatching a chicken, yeah. Not easy, but it's easier to do it without the broody chickens. But it's been a chicken's instinct for millions of years, if I'm getting that correct. So, sometimes you'll find eggs on the ground. Other times, they'll be all in the same box. A great way to tell that your chicken is, there's actually something forming in the egg, which I believe is like the embryo or something like that. So, you know, like get like a candle, or even something as simple as your phone's flashlight. You take that, you put it under an egg, and you can see inside the egg. It'll make this cool shining color, and that's how you can tell. If you see like a little like weird stuff inside that thing, then there's probably a chicken in there. If you just see no stuff in there, or normal stuff in there, it's okay, just do it. Also, incubators are highly recommended. So, an early sign of broodiness is, you know, when like the chicken is like sitting on eggs for more than usual. You can easily break her out of this by simply throwing her out. So let's just say like Summer right over here decided she wanted to start broody. She wanted to start going broody. So, you know, like the chicken is like in the box for a while, but she's not yet developed that stuff where, you know, she wants to peck you really hard yet. It's just the early stages of being broody. So, you know, best bet is to throw her out. However, it is super easy to miss this. It's super easy to just think that it's just a normal chicken doing their normal day-to-day procedures. But then after like a day or so, that chicken goes broody. And taking action against it in 2 ways is recommended. The first way is the simplest way. First bet is to kick the chicken right out of the box every time you go in the coop. It's tiresome. Another way is to, you know, get like a cage, put some newspaper on the bottom of it, and take her on a car ride for, I don't know, like I guess like 20 minutes, and bring her back to the flock. Remember to make sure it does not remind her of the box, because that will tell her, oh, why not just be broody in here? A car ride separates her from the other chickens, which gives her a moment to breathe. And, well, makes the chickens feel relieved that they at least have a nesting box open. Longer trips are sometimes recommended if you really want to break this chicken's broody habits. However, this is only to the extreme. Most broody habits are broken within about 8 or 9 days after, if you take action on it immediately. Sometimes it can be broody for months. We found out that there's a chicken laying way over there in like hidden areas, so I just found that out the other day. Yeah. Now this is for those that want to hatch chickens using a broody hen. So I haven't yet done this, but I do know some basic tips and tricks. First thing is to make sure it's warm outside. It ain't warm out today. Today I believe the highest it got was 35, and last week it was in the 80s. So yeah, I would highly recommend making sure it's really warm out. If you want, check in with your local chicken hatchery to see their times that they begin. Try to begin usually about a month after that, and that's times that they begin selling chickens. Tractor Supply highly recommended for this. So, so now that you got that, sometimes it's really hard to get fertile eggs. So your best bet is just take on the internet, maybe go to something like eBay or something like that and buy some fertile eggs. No, it's not that hard. So yeah, go to eBay, get some fertile eggs, and get them shipped to the area. Fertile eggs are those with chickens inside of them, and then once you get that in, put them under your chicken. Give them a clutch, 7, 9, or maybe 11, I don't know. It's been a while since I've looked at that book though. So put them under your chicken. She'll probably lay them under in no time. And then once you're done with that, come out there every day, check on them. See if there's any eggs that were kicked out. Because that might mean that chicken will never hatch. There's a 9 out of 10 chance that at least 2 of your chickens won't hatch. So don't be surprised to say you get a clutch of 9 chickens and only 3 of them hatch. Don't be surprised. There. And also tell them apart young. So if you realize you have a rooster, so if 2 of them are a rooster, you don't want that. It's a 1-on-2 ratio. You want a 20-on-2 ratio. So your best bet is to either A, sell it to someone who wants a rooster, or B, create a whole nother flock. Yeah. That means buying more chickens. Yeah. Yeah, that's how hard it is to actually do this. You can probably keep the hen, but if they actually turn out to be all hens, which is very unlikely, you actually have a 75% chance at least 1 or 2 roosters in that clutch. That's how stuff goes. Another tip, if this is for those that want to hatch eggs but don't want to hatch it with a broody chicken. This is kind of the other section of this video. This is where what you want to do is you want to go and take your broody chicken, take all the eggs, so you break her broodiness, but then buy an incubator. And that's where all stuff goes. You put the eggs in there, and then bam, the eggs hatch from there. Remember to make sure you keep them in a brooder, and also, I don't know how to operate a incubator yet. However, I bet once I do hatch my first clutch of eggs this year in the spring, we're actually going to be doing that this spring with Cute. We're going to do that, so say that works, and we have to say in the future we need to put eggs in an incubator. Well, I don't know how to operate this, but if you know how to operate it, tell me in the comments below. Because that would be really helpful for the future, because I do have some plans to, start incubating eggs. Not me. I can't operate an incubator. I'm telling with help. Incubators are apparently really hard to use. So, if you know any tips and tricks for this sort of stuff, feel free to tell me down below and subscribe to the channel, everyone. See you next video. Goodbye.